Welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation, guys. With me, your host, Owen James. Well, we've just got off the podcast. We'll be talking about transfers, transfer deals, and we talked a little bit about the Joan Jordan, whatever you want to call him. We talked about the fact that it was been reported that the deal will be done within the next 24 to 48 hours. That was what all the intelligence coming out of Spain was telling us. That's what all the media in Scotland was telling us this morning. And what is the actual news? Well, it now appears, according to Rangers Review, who obviously are the in-the-know insiders, that the deal is now dead as a doorpost, and that Rangers have walked away from the deal. Now, it was rumored in Spanish media that a loan deal with an option to buy had been agreed between the two clubs. The Rangers would initially cover 60% of the players' wages, which would obviously represent a substantial outlay for Rangers. And then obviously with that option to buy, been around about £4 million, £3 to £4 million a year. But it now appears that that is not the case, that this is now dead as a doorpost. So Rangers were going to cover about £34,000, £35,000 of the wages, which is a substantial fee for a 30-year-old to cover that much wages. But apparently what situation was this. This is according to Rangers Review. It is that the deal was agreed between Sevilla and Rangers, that it was all done and dusted on the club level, so that the loan fee had been agreed, the loan terms had been agreed, the option to buy had been agreed, the price for the option to buy had all been agreed. That was all in place, all negotiated, signed, sealed, delivered. And it was just, as the Spanish media reported, down to the word of Joan Jordan or Joan Jordan or Joan Jordan or whatever you wanted to call him. But it now appears that this deal has collapsed, is dead. Obviously, Clermont had been tracking Jordan for a good few weeks now, and obviously identified him as being a potential player who could fit into our midfield and be that six that we were sort of missing, that wrecker, that destroyer. But it now understands that Rangers are moving on to look at alternative targets. This is the second name of obviously they've been linked with in looking for this six. McLean was the first one. Now Jordan. This has died and has been done. This is all apparently down to the fact that Jordan was unsure about whether he wanted to come and play in Scotland and in particular in Britain, and the fact that he did favour apparently looking for a team in Spain and wanted to stay in the La Liga, did not want to come across to play in Scotland. That was previously reported. That now looks to be definitely the case, as it has been reported by not only Rangers Review, it has also been picked up by the Daily Record, it's been picked up by the Scottish Sun, it's been picked up by Football Scotland, it's been picked up by Sky Sports, it's been picked up by a number of major news outlets who are all saying that this deal is over, it is dead, it is definitely not happening. Look, I think, if this is the case, then look, at the end of the day, you only want players at the club who want to be at this club. Yes, there is always a situation where teams agree fees. They do. That's just the way it works. That's the way football works, isn't it? That two teams will agree a fee for a player and it's all done and dusted, but the player doesn't want to come, and that's absolutely fine. And look, at the end of the day, as Mike Tomlin said once, we want volunteers, not hostages. We don't want players who don't want to be here. We only want players at the club who want to come here, want to play for us, want to fight for the badge, want to fight for the jersey, want to be a Rangers player. We don't want players that are only here because they're chasing the money. We've had those in the past. That hasn't worked out for us. It doesn't work out for you. Bringing in mercenaries only ruins your club. Look, this is a situation where obviously we're looking towards now the 1st of August. The 1st of August, is fast, very, very quickly approaching. And that is when the deadline is in for Champions League squads. Now, the 1st of August is on Thursday. So Rangers have to submit by Thursday their Champions League squad for that qualifier against probably Dynamo Kiev. Now, the news obviously that Jordan is not coming obviously is a blow to that. Now, Cherney, obviously, he was signed at the end of last week, will be added to that squad, no doubt. But Rangers need to move quickly if they are going to secure any further players to add to the Champions League squad. I certainly feel that does need to be done, especially if you look at the defensive side of this team, which was exceptionally poor, despite what Philippe Clermont said on Saturday against Union Berlin. But just want to bring you the news. The Jordan deal is dead. It is over. It is not happening. We are now moving on to look at new targets. Well, guys, thank you for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation. Please obviously sub to the channel. We are fast approaching 6,100 subscribers, about 10, 11 away. Please obviously hit that sub. And on the way out, the two things I always ask of you: number one, smash the like. And number two, remember always, we are the people.